That took a while. It took a while, but I decoded it. So we're here with the SeeAudio Neos, a $1,100 set of IEMs with 10 balanced armatures in each side, which, for my personal tastes, I like single dynamics. I just recently reviewed a bunch of them. I got the Moondrop Illuminations are like, and the 087s are like, but then there's like the FD5s, and then there's new 10s, which is actually a double dynamics, which is still, So having 10 balanced armatures in each side makes it very complicated. And because of that complication, because of its laid out, it took me a minute of like swapping back and forth and things and like this track change. And then I finally realized what fixes it. Volume. The higher you go, the more that comes out of the tip. So here's the deal. I just finished the Braveries like 40 minutes ago, and I'm like, all right, it's time to use the flagship, the $1,100. These, pull my head, these with the gold, and it looks like some child sprinkled gold, and they're not very pretty. I'm just gonna straight up say it. These, you look at Kinnear and Nana, like the finish in those, and this is like, I don't know, quick run to Staples and grab some gold glitter and like glue it to the thing, and yeah, great. And like the C logo is in silver, and it says Neo there. This one actually does say Neo, but it's like silver on gold, and it's just a black background, and you can't see anything that's going on, and it's not even labeled left and right, I don't think. Oh, wait, there's an L. There an R? No, there's no R. There's an L, though, so we're halfway there. This is not the stock cable. This is actually a DD Hi-Fi cable, and you can tell because it says DD Hi-Fi, and they literally do that. This is probably very expensive. DD Hi-Fi sends me like everything they make, and they're like, here, have a cable. And I didn't ask for it, but holy fuck. Is this a cable worthy of like an $1,100 IEM? With just like the sliding brass thing. So I've got it in an adapter going into another problem. Is I had the original 4.4 from the DD Hi-Fi cable going into the Y11 Topaz, and the sensitivity on these IEMs is 116 decibels. That's high. Which means I was going, and I could barely use the amplifier. So swapping it out to the adapted version with the 3.5 gives me a little more leeway, a little more room to play. And I'm using it on this because obviously the Y11 Topaz will make everything sound better, or at least warmer or softer, kind of what I like in an IM. And it didn't work. I didn't like what I was getting. It was like, all right, I was like $1,100. Like I just came off the Braveries. I really like the Braveries. I got so much bass. And then I went to the more linear SMSL SH6. And that's what these need. When you start fucking around with 10 drivers per side, calm the amps down. Don't get funky with tubes. You just got to give it a linear, because whoever designed this designed it in like a room with a spectrum fucking analyzer, and they weren't considering like, what about class A tube warmth? Like, no. You got to get back to fucking basics. I was even tempted to pull out the new A90D for linearity, but this will do because I don't need that power. That's 10 watts a channel. I have to set up that weird volume limiter thing. So yeah, here I'm just going like volume's there. I'm jamming. I'm dying. That was the other thing I had to figure out because I'm sitting here and I'm a reviewer. I have to kind of keep my ears alive for as long as humanly possible. This mortgage goes till 2050. And I'm listening to things, and I'm like, it's not. And then I'm on that, and I was like, whoop. And then I whooped a little bit too whoop, and I'm like, wait a second. Of course. When you put 10 motherfucking things in each side, then you got to integrate a crossover network, because there's 4 for bass, 4 for treble, and 2 for mid-range. And the crossovers need a certain amount of power to make all the fucking balanced armatures work. Like, it's like getting into a Ferrari, and you get into it, and you're like, oh yeah, here we go, and you rev it to 2,000 RPM. It's like, Ferrari at 2,000 RPMs is the same as a Honda Civic at 2,000 RPMs. There's nothing there. Ferrari needs to go, whoop, and, you know, get that 11,000 RPM fucking Enzo, just scream out of it. Probably not 11,000 RPM, but high RPMs. Get it up in the 8,000-9,000 range. And that's what turning the volume knobs does on these. It's like it wakes up. With the volume at its lowest, where it's like, I just can hear music. It's like, okay, we're at idle now. there is music. I can tell it is playing. I know what song is playing. Then you turn it up to where you're comfortable listening, and that's sort of like, okay, these are pretty good IEMs. I really do enjoy these. And then you turn it past where you're comfortable, or at least where I'm comfortable, and it's like, oh, am I sitting on an electrode? Is there something up my ass? It's just going, wow, because the music is just in me now. Here, I could sell these IEMs. Here, that's where they shine. These are the loudest requirement IEM I've ever heard. And a hit and run. Straight up from Postmodern Jukebox. I can't hear myself think. I'm playing it so loud I can't hear myself think. And that's the problem, is that I only think these are worth $1,100, which is what they fucking are, when you break the sound barrier that is your inner ear with them. And I'm doing this on low gain on this thing. If I put this to high gain, let's see. Yeah, now don't ever put anything on high gain. But it's like, it doesn't take much. It's like 1,000th of a watt. But you get it, like, loud. And it's like, am I pushing it too loud? Try louder. Have you tried louder? Using the Deconi tips in this also, because I want that seal. And as soon as you get it there, as soon as these in their happy spot, you're listening to an $1,100 10 balance armature IM. They kind of fucked up with the resistance. Like, something in there needs to be tweaked so you don't have to die to listen to them. But I'll tell you what, man, if you work in construction equipment and you want to listen to the best IEMs as loud as possible, SeeAudio Neos, brah. Like, the energy that's coming across in these, it's loud and shouty, but it's like the cleanest, like every individual frequency gets its own little happy. Johnny Cash is now just, I gotta lower it because Johnny Cash is trying to kill me. But there's just these little holes that are just like, hey, here's Johnny Cash's voice, guitar, echo from the room. I'm being slammed right now with just gravity kills. Wait. If I lower it down to like a normal listening level, it's gonna be any $200 IEM. Like, seriously, like once you're down below like where like the loud you're learning to listen. If you're like below that, forget it. Don't buy these IEMs. If you listen loud and you're worried about, oh, I'll blow up an IEM, get these. Just get these and blow your. I can't recommend blowing your brains out, but I think there's like a 15-minute window that we're allowed to listen to it, like 120 decibels. I believe that's a Wikipedia thing. And use all 15 of those minutes with these IEMs. Hold on to where you. I'm like, I want to move. Like, you have to move because you're being hit with sound pressure levels that you're not comfortable with. Yeah, now they're fucking great. Now they're great. They weren't great for the first 20 minutes. I'm sitting here like, well, maybe it's just the warm amp wasn't doing them any good. It was just weirding out the way that the crossover was working. Linear amp, lightweight power, crank it, nipples erect. Now they're worth it. They're not even that wide. Like, here's the thing, that because it's 10 balance armatures, some of the sounds sound like they're coming very close, like they're like real narrow. Vocals and things that are centered are hitting you and attacking you. Then like a bass note hits from like a really, it's a good bassy song. Major laser, perfect. There you go. Yeah, the bass sounds like it's on a different plane of existence, about 6 inches past where the rest of the music's coming from. Because it's 10 different fucking devices. 4 of them are making bass, 4 of them are making treble. It's just, music's coming from everywhere and compressing your brain. Yeah, this is hilarious. This is hilariously good. These are... They're dumb. These are dumb. They're just dumb that you have to blast them. I totally don't remember. I must have said that in the original review. I must have. There's no way I could have enjoyed them without that. Unless I'm just a quieter listener now. But I'm just like, all right, this is fine. Holy shit. So, yeah, $1,100. Worth only if you can stand loud music, if you're not listening for very long, if you have a decently unpowerful amplifier, a decently linear, non-powerful amplifier. Like if you're gonna try to drive in tubes, don't. But yeah, no, that's the Neos. Hella ugly. Comfortable though. Poorly labeled. Is that? Oh wait, that wasn't an L. That was dirt. They're not labeled left and right at all. I mean, it doesn't matter. You once you put the wire in correctly, hopefully the wire has the L and R. The original wire is just it's somewhere. So yeah, no, the Neos for I think this is their flagship. I get it. I didn't get it, and then I got it, and oh man, did I get it. So yeah, no, there's a limitation of how much you can stand volume-wise, but once you get there, bro, it's fucking like I'm glad this review is over now because I'm going to take a break and go not listen to them. But man, am I tempted to come back and listen to them again. Anyway, wallpaper, check out the sponsored links in the description. Patreon subscribe star also. Check out my 3 sponsored links. You never know where they're going because the sponsors could change at any moment, no matter what year it is. Those links will go somewhere. Who knows? Maybe we'll be selling crack, like crack.com. Wait, cracked.com was a place. It was a bad place, I think. I don't know. Anyway, check out my sponsors. Check out Hi-Fi Guides. Check me out. $10 chats. All the things. And I'll see you more on this IEM channel. And we'll spin the waifus. Because that's what we got to do to make it on the YouTube.